Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My apologies guys, I've been away for some time because of work. Here in the United States of America, you work hard. You work hard, you work hard. 8, 10 hours, 12 hours. You got so many things that you're doing at the same time. And then after working, you have to go back home to the kids and to the wife. The difference between the United States and Zimbabwe. I'm from Zimbabwe originally. The difference between these two countries is like night and day. I'm telling you. Because here, a husband does what a wife does. In Africa, a husband is not expected to cook. He's not expected to wash the dishes. He's not expected to, change the diapers. He's not expected to do things like chores, like house chores. You're not expected to do that. But in the United States and in the European countries, you are expected to do that. They expect you to do all those things. Why? Because both you and the wife go to work. You see, you go to work every single day, 6 days a week, just for you to be able to manage the life in the United States, because things are expensive here. It's not like Africa. I'm telling you, in Africa, teachers get paid like professional teacher gets paid, like in Zimbabwe, about $200 to $300 a month. I'm not sure if it's more or less, but that's what it is. About $3,000 a year, or $3,500 a year, or something like that. $3,500 a year or something, plus or minus. But here, it's totally different. So here you get paid more, but there's more bills. More bills. Like a loaf of bread in the United States, it's $3, $4 sometimes. In Zimbabwe, it's $1. See, that's the difference. So we earn more, but we pay more. You guys, the should I say the average salary there in Zimbabwe, it's like $100 for somebody who's working in a shop or something, or a shop attendant, a cleaner, just average, average income is like, $100, sometimes $80 a month. But here, $80 is the amount that I pay for my phone bill, even more. That is for my phone only, So you have to work here. You have to work hard. You have to work more hours, because here you don't get paid by the day. You get paid by hours. How many hours did you put in that week? You get paid weekly, sometimes bi-weekly. But at the end of the day, you get paid. But you have to work every hour. If you work 5 hours, you get paid for 5 hours. If you work for 2 hours, you get paid for 2 hours. If you work 10 hours, you get paid for 10 hours. But if you work more, they get you on taxes. You got to pay more in tax. So the more you work, the more you're taxed. And tax, they don't play. So you really have to work hard. You have no time. Like this time that I'm getting right now is because, see, I always tell you, I'm at work right now. For me to get home and say I'm gonna be in front of a camera, the kids will be everywhere, all over. No chance. The wife needs attention. The kids needs attention. I need to make sure that we eat. My wife is tired from work. I have to cook sometimes. Many of the times I have to cook because she can't handle it, because the kids are all over her. She's just tired from work. My wife is one of the bosses at her job, so she works more. She's the one that clocks out later than many people. So she works, I work, the kids go to school. When we come back, we are both tired. Nobody wants to be in front of the phone. I cannot just be in front of the phone, because guys, I'm married to a beautiful white woman here, so it's different. African women are different from American women. American women value attention. They value, you cannot be in front of your phone, after a long day of work. You have to be in front of the kids, in front of the wife. You have to be there. I cannot just say I'm going out with my friends after work, who's going to take care of the kids? Who's going to cook? Who's going to help in the house? When am I going to have time with you? So it's a totally different world from what I've been used to, what I was raised in, Not that it's wrong, but this is just the life. It's different. I've never been married before, but as far as I know, this is how it is in the United States. So you need to work hard. So I always tell people, my goal is not just to keep working like this. My goal is for me to work for myself, to be a business owner. Because if you're not a business owner, you're just going to be working around the clock, for others. But if you're working for yourself, if you have your own business, you can put in your own hours and say, I'm going to work so hard for the next 3 weeks, and then I'm going to take the whole week to myself. But when you're working for somebody, you cannot do that. You cannot just say, I'm taking a whole week off. No, you can't. They give you time off. Probably 1 day a month that you can take off. Something like that. They give you some time every year. Like you have only 2 weeks of vacation for the whole year. So it's up to you how to use that. If you run out of your days, that's it. That's it. But you see, the goal is to get out of that so that I can run my own thing, my own business. And this is what I'm encouraging everybody. To be honest, that's why I always tell my Zimbabwean friends and family that you guys, you always complain. Oh, Zimbabwe this, oh, Zimbabwe that. Oh, there's no opportunities. But you have an opportunity to run your own business. That's why Zimbabwe is an entrepreneurial country. Everybody is working for themselves. Even people that are going to work have a side job, side business they're doing. Selling tomatoes in the streets is not a curse. It's a blessing because it's your own hustle. You could grow that. You could grow your business and be independent. You're already independent. You wake up to go to the market to get tomatoes, to get onions, to get cabbages, whatever vegetables, and you put them in front of your store and then you sell them. And the money goes into your own pocket. You determine your own hours. I think that's freedom. That's freedom. You can wake up saying you want to go to Harare, to Mutare. It depends with your mind, how you see things. But for me, I see that as a big blessing. It's a big blessing. This is why I love Zimbabwe. Not that I don't love America. I love America, but I love the freedom part, So my Zimbabwean friends, you'll see me soon in Zimbabwe because I am planning something big in Zimbabwe over there. I'm telling you, man. Zimbabwe is booming. It's great. It's always been my desire to start a business in Zimbabwe. And I think people in the diaspora should consider Zimbabwe. Somebody said in the comments, oh, Zimbabwe is not stable, whatever. You can invest and lose your money. Listen, man, everybody is doing business in Zimbabwe. So don't tell me that everybody's business is broke. No, it's not. People are making it. Actually, Zimbabwe, there's so many opportunities. You see, wherever you see crisis, that's opportunity. If you can have money to start a business, I would suggest that you go start something in Zimbabwe because the markets are incredible and they use American dollars, which is great. Zimbabweans are smart. See, I'm one of them. I'm a smart man. You are smart. So, there used to be look east policy. There used to be look west policy where everybody was depending on Europe, the United States, they were depending on China, and stuff like that. Now, I think there's a shift. Now there is what we call the Look Africa policy. This is it. I employ people to invest in Zimbabwe. There's so many uncountable, numerous minerals. There's so much opportunity even in farming. So many, and labor is cheap. Because in Zimbabwe, you can hire somebody who can work for you and pay them $100 a month, which is unheard of. You cannot pay somebody $100 a month here in America. It's not possible. So labor is cheap in Zimbabwe. It's affordable to pay somebody, and it's affordable to start. You can start from where you are. And there's not so much legislation, so many rules around your business. So I think Africa is actually booming, Zimbabwe especially. So I would recommend people to look at Zimbabwe. America is great. I love America. Awesome. So many countless opportunities. But I also think, consider Zimbabwe. I can only talk about Zimbabwe because I'm from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe and Botswana too. Botswana is a great country. I lived there for some time. You know, I used to visit Botswana a lot. So Botswana is one of the greatest countries too. Zimbabwe and Botswana. I'm not really sure about South Africa. I'm kind of skeptical about South Africa. I don't know, but I think Zimbabwe and Botswana are those two countries in Southern Africa. You will not go wrong. I love you, folks. I'm about to go to work right now. Thank you for watching, and watch my next video. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Turn on your notification bell and like this video. Like. I need somebody to see this video too. You see, in this channel, I compare the lives that I have in Zimbabwe and in the United States. I compare the two countries because that's where I live. I live in the United States. So I compare America and Zimbabwe to show you the difference. Like, do you really need to move to America? Do you really need to move to Europe? I think Zimbabwe is the best place to be. In the next 10 years, Zimbabwe is going to be just greater than you think. You have no idea what's coming. You have no idea the innovation that is coming. And that the diaspora is pouring into Zimbabwe in greater measures, greater numbers than before. Why? Because there is a great shift. There's a great shift in the world. Zimbabwe is going to be positioned as the best country, not just in Southern Africa, in the world. It's going to be competing with the United States, hand to hand. I'm telling you, there is so much in Zimbabwe, and Zimbabweans are smart people, very smart and educated. And we have entered every nation. So we have seen a lot out there, and now we are coming back to develop our country. So I'm telling you, people, Zimbabwe, watch that country. America loves Zimbabwe, and Americans love Zimbabwe. I'm married to one American. She loved Zimbabwe. That's why she's with me. She loves Zimbabwe. So I love you guys. Take care. Let me go to work right now. Arrivederci, ciao. Goodbye. Masalama. Peace out. I love you, folks. My name is Simba. Music worldwide.